What's up, guys? This is Nick as a BBP, and I'm here today to try to help you get the time travel will tell achievement in the new zombie map Shangri-La. Now, the first thing you should know is that you have to turn into Eclipse mode for all these steps, and you do that by first turning on the power, and then going to the spawn. And there are these 4 buttons around the quick revive machine that you have to press, and it turns into Eclipse mode. After that, you go by the MPL and you press that button right there, and then, I don't know, some British guys or something are talking, and they're asking you to help them. And then what you have to do after that are the stepping stones. Now, for the stepping stones, it's a little tricky because well, there are 2 sets of stepping stones. There's one on the minecart side, and there's one on the bridge side. It takes 2 people, and if you and the other person are stepping on 2 stones that are not the same, then all the stones restart and you have to do the whole process over again. Now what I did to do this is that I would step on a stone, I would look at the shape, I would call out the shape, and then I would step off the stone, and then the other guy on the other side would be looking for that shape that I called out, and then once he found it, we would both step on the stone with the same shape. And you pretty much just have to repeat that process 12 times because there are 12 stones. I know it sounds like a long process, but trust me, after you do it for a while, it gets pretty easy. Yeah, so what this whole thing is that you're helping like 4 British guys or whatever. It's kind of like an ensemble cast where you had to help the original members, except you're helping some new guys now. I'm speeding it up here because, as I said before, this is a long process. I don't think you want to see the whole thing. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, you pretty much just want to have you just want to have the other 2 guys just sitting in the spawn doing nothing, because even if they step on the stones, it's gonna get fucked up. The next step is the pressure plate and water slide. After you turn it into Eclipse mode, 3 of your teammates are going to go down by the AK-74U, and you're going to step on this pressure grate or whatever. All 3 of you. And then the 4th guy, he's going to take a ride down the water slide, and that's going to activate a lever, which is going to help the guys even more. And then you're going to know you've done that right, because it's going to turn into day like that. After that, you're going to go by the water slide, and then you're going to make this. You're going to shoot down that moon rock from the top. Now, you're going to need the shrink ray for this. I would suggest you get it before you even start this process. After you knock that rock out from the mountain, you're going to shrink it, and then you're going to knife it. And then you're going to take a ride down the water slide with it. And then after it goes down the water slide, as you can see in a second, it's going to go into that water spout or whatever, and it's going to shoot up. Watch. And then it's going to fall right onto that thing where, I don't know, the orbs are supposed to be. And then that step is done. Step 4 is to ignite the gas. What it is, in the cave by the MPL, you're going to be turning that, you're going to turn that wheel, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And then as you can see right there, you're going to know you've done it right because the gas is going to be leaking like that. And then this is the tricky part about this is that you need to save a napalm zombie for this, because he's the one who's going to be igniting the gas. After you turn on the gas and got a napalm zombie, you just have to lure him through the cave, and then you're going to lure him through pretty much like the rest of this place. There's another gas leak over above like where the box should be. He's going to walk past that and ignite it. And then there's one over here by the M16. And we're just going to wait for him, and he's going to come over, and he's going to ignite the gas. You're going to know the gas is ignited because the gas leak is going to turn into a fire. And then after that, you can kill him, because his job is pretty much done. Then you have to go back to the wheel, and you have to turn that lever, and then that step is done. Step 5 is filling the holes. The holes are in the MP5K cave. Now what it is, you and some other guy are going to have to get spikemores, and you're going to have to place them in front of these little holes in the wall. And then you're going to have to set them off so that way one of the spikes can fill in the holes. Now to set them off, you you can either start a new round, have zombies walk past that, or you can make a whole bunch of crawlers like we did, and hope that a couple of them don't die from the claymore, so that way we can save him for the next spikemore. See that time it went off, but he did not die from it, and as you can see, the hole got built there. Now we're just luring the crawlers around, trying to make them activate all the spikemores. See, with that one right there, one spikemore got both holes. Hopefully you'll get lucky and that'll happen to you. This one, I set the spikemore too close to the hole, so I set it back. But I fucked up, and that spikemore killed both of the crawlers. But it filled in the hole, and after you're done with that, you're gonna go out into the water, and you're gonna hold that brick that says "Don't hold X," and then it'll fill up the cave, and it'll help the guys, like the British guys and stuff. Now the next step is the panels and the trap. After you activate Eclipse mode, you're gonna have to knife these panels. The panels look like the stepping stones; they look pretty similar. But you have to knife them somewhere from like the middle to the top. There's 5 in the spawn, I think, but there's 12 all over the map. I'm gonna show you where they all are in this video. Yeah, I knife that one. You have to knife it like at the top, I guess. I'm gonna speed it up because they're kind of spread out through the map. There's one over here by the PM63, and then there's one over there on like the other side of the what's it called, the mud trap. You're gonna knife that. And then there's one by the stakeout. You're gonna knife it. There's one over there, and there's one like right next to the stakeout right there. And then there's one by the power switches. Sometimes some of these are hard to see because they kind of blend in with the stones on the wall. That one was a little hard for me to find. The next one is over here by one of the gongs after you go up that spout right there, and then there's one right next to it right over there. And there was one that I missed in the spawn. I'm gonna go back for it in a second, but it's by the spike trap on the other side. Right there. And you're gonna know you're done with this because your character's gonna say something like, "I found them all," or "That's it." Now the next step is just there. You can see there's like a little trap out there or whatever over by the minecart. You're just gonna throw an explosive at it. It's gonna blow up, and then it's gonna turn back into daytime, like it just did now. And then the next step is the mud dials. Now the mud dial is the code is 43116. 4 is gonna be 4 dots. 3 is gonna be 3 dots. 1 is gonna be 1 dot. And then the 16 is gonna be it's weird. It's gonna be like a C, an L, and then a dot. But like only one wheel will have the 16, and only one wheel will have the 4. It's not like all 4 wheels are gonna have like 16 on it. So you just need to know those are the codes. Now the next part of the gongs, you have to make sure the gongs don't make like a lasery sound like it does there. And you want them to make like a gong sound. Now the reason these gongs are tricky is because there's 8 of them, and only 4 of them work, and they're not always the same 4. But remember, you just always have to activate the ones that make the gong sound and not the laser sound. And if you do that, they won't have to be activated in any certain order. You just hit the ones that make the gong sound. And they should look like that with the Treyarch symbol glowing on it. And then the next step is to catch the dynamite after that is done. Now what you do, you stand over here by like the minecart orb, and then what it is, your friend with the upgraded shrink ray is going to have to shoot that orb over there by the mud trap. He has to shoot that orb specifically with the upgraded shrink ray. And then what it is, it's going to start this whole cool process where like a beam is going to be bouncing around. And then it's going to hit the orb by the minecart, and dynamite's going to fall off, and you have to catch it. Sometimes you can miss it, but you just have to kind of angle it right, but you should get it. Next step is getting to the pack-a-punch. For those of you who don't know how to get to the pack-a-punch, you just have to step on 4 pressure plates around the map until the monkey statue stops, and then the stairs at the spawn are complete, and you can walk up them. After that, as you can see, there's no pack-a-punch up here. You can just go straight to the back wall. And then the British guys are going to start talking again. And as you can see, they took the dynamite, and I glitched through the wall so you can see the focusing stone, but you still can't get it. Now, when you're at the top of here, you actually can't stay up. It's actually gonna, the water's gonna push you off before you can get the focusing stone, so you have to activate the pack-a-punch again. I just thought I should let you know this so that way you don't like try to stay up here longer than it lets you, because it's just meant to happen. See, the gears are almost to the bottom, yet the wall still isn't open. And then what it is, you're gonna get pushed off, and then you have to activate the Pack-a-Punch once again. And that's pretty much, once the Pack-a-Punch is open, you just run up there and someone gets the focusing stone. But there it is. It's beautiful. Once you get the focusing stone, what it is, it lets you have all 7 perks and you never lose them. That's pretty freaking awesome. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.